Hey DIYers, I'm George from Alarm Grid. Today we're going to be going over how to remotely access your Simon XTi and Simon XTi-5. So today we're actually working with the Simon XTi. The XTi-5 just has a larger screen, but they're basically both going to be needing the same thing in order to get remote access to it. So the main thing is, if you want remote access to one of these Simon panels, you do need to have an alarm.com cellular module. Now they have different brands, so they have AT&T, Verizon, T-Mobile, and if you're in Canada, they have a Canadian, I think it's TELUS as well. Now these are all different cell modules that you can get for your Simon system, and then or your Simon XTi and Simon XTi-5. Now these cellular modules, what they allow you to do is they allow you to get it set up with a monitoring company. And once you're set up with the monitoring company, if they actually do support alarm.com, which we do, we actually have a lot of plans that support alarm.com, you can actually download the app and you can use the website to remotely control your Simon XTi and XTi-5. And I'm just going to show you guys a brief overview of the app and everything you guys can do. So right now I have my Simon XTi. I have a cellular module already installed in the system, and I have it set up for our alarm.com application. So I'm going to go ahead and again, this works if you have an iOS or Android device. It could be a smartphone or a tablet. And then if you guys have a computer or a laptop, you guys can also access it through the actual website. Website's called alarm.com. Once you have your monitoring company actually creates your login information for you, and then you have to create the password. Yeah, so you do need to have some kind of monitoring service in order to get remote access to your system. Now, give me 1 second here. Let me go ahead and get the application set up on my end. And again, I'm using an iOS device. This is actually a tablet, so you guys are gonna get a little brief look at the app through an iOS device. So I'm gonna open up the alarm.com app. And mine was already logged in, so it was already on the automation tab, which is what I was working with before. But usually when you open up the app, it's going to ask you to log in using your username and password. After you enter that in, it takes you to the home screen. As of right now, you can see that the security system is showing disarmed. I have a Z-Wave lock built into it, and it shows it's unlocked right now. And now the app is directly synced with this panel. So the system right here is actually showing disarmed as well. I can use the app. If I hit the security system, if I just hit on that green shield, it brings up my options. I can do an arm stay or away. If I do an arm away, it'll send the command down.
Windows on, doors and windows on, motions on.
And you'll see that my system begins to arm. Yeah, it actually just voice announced to me that doors and windows on, motion sensors on. Yeah, and then you'll also see that right there, the lock in the center of the panel there went from press to arm, and now it says away and press to disarm. Now you can either disarm it from the system itself, or again you can use the app. I just got to click on the shield where it says system arm away, and now it gives me the option to do a disarm. Once I tap on the button, you'll see on the system it'll be disarmed. Another cool thing with the app is if you have sensors learned in. I have a front door and a garage door learned into my Simon XTi right now. If I actually open up one of those doors,
Garage door.
the system announces garage door, and it shows the open sign right here. I can actually hit on the open, and it'll show me what door is faulted. And then, if you're looking at the application, you should also be able to look at your sensors. So on the home screen, it won't actually show it right there. But what you can do is hit the little shield icon. And once you hit the shield icon, it shows you the status of your system. It says it's disarmed. It gives you the options to stay and away. And then underneath where it shows the sensors, it'll actually show that the garage door is open. Now it took a little bit because this is using a cellular communicator, so it has to take a second for the system to actually send the fault to the alarm.com servers and then push it down to the app. So that's why it wasn't an immediate thing. But again, if you're on the home screen now as well, you actually do see underneath the security system where it says system disarmed, it'll show like a little broken link with the number 1, that's showing you that you have one fault, and you can actually click on it and it'll show you that the garage door is one of the faulted sensors at the moment. If you close it up, again, I'm going to close my garage door. I'm going to put the magnet next to the actual sensor. You'll see on the system, the faults went away, and the doors and windows right there shows that they're all closed. And now it should take a little second for the signal to be sent down to the app, and you'll see now when I hit on the shield icon, the sensors, it no longer says the garage door is open. It now has a closed link, which shows you that the loop is closed, so it's suffice and there is nothing open. And you'll see when I go back to the home screen, there is no more number 1. I can do the same thing with the front door. The front door opens. You'll see the system gives me the open sign, and then in a second here it should also transmit to the app as well. Now again, this is if you're looking at keeping track of your sensors. You can also set up sensor notifications through the app as well. So if you want to be notified whenever a certain door is open, you guys can actually enable notifications for sensor open and close. There's also sensors for notifications for sensors left open. So if a sensor is left open for a certain amount of time, for instance your garage door, if it's been open for more than 5 minutes, you can actually have the app send you a notification saying, hey, the garage door has been open for 5 minutes now, do you want to close it? And if you guys have Z-Wave devices like a Z-Wave garage door controller, you can actually close it directly from the app. Now again, I did have my front door open. If I go ahead and go back to the app, you'll see I hit the shield icon and the sensors are showing the front door open. If I go back to the home screen, you'll see the broken link. If I hit it, it'll show the front door open. I'm going to go ahead and close it back up again. Cool. And again, that's going to take a second to go to the app. Now, I also have a Z-Wave lock. So if you guys are looking at doing Z-Wave devices on their Simon panel, it is capable. The communicator actually has Z-Wave capability built into it. So once you have the communicator, you automatically have Z-Wave capability. And for instance, today I actually have a quick set Z-Wave door lock that I can actually work with. Now you cannot control the Z-Wave directly from the panel, only from the app. So I'm going to grab the tablet again, and I'm going to go down to my lock icon, which is the second to the bottom on the left hand side of the navigation bar, and it's going to show me that my lock right now is unlocked. Now I'm going to put the tablet down, hold this lock up, and I'm just going to hit the lock button. It's going to ask me if I want to send the command. I hit send, and as soon as it says locking, the door will lock. If I want to unlock it, you just do the unlock, send command, and then within a second here, the command's been sent, the door unlocks. Sorry. Yeah, so that's another cool little feature you guys can do with the app as well. If you guys do have any Z-Wave devices, I had a door lock. You guys can have garage door controllers, lights, thermostats, anything like that. You can all control them as long as they're Z-Wave through the app. All right. And another thing you can do through the app is setting up users. So you can set up different user codes. You can create different accounts. So if you have the system in your business and you're looking to create accounts for your employees so that they can arm and disarm from an application as well, you can also do that. You can give them certain restriction access. So for instance, if you have a system like this in your business and your home account, you can actually have both of them tied into each other, and you can pick and choose. So you can you have control over user access, over what locations they can see. So that's another cool thing with the application you can do. So yeah, basically once you have an alarm.com module in the Simon XTi, you can arm and disarm, control Z-Wave devices, add user codes. If you have video cameras, you can also access the video cameras through the app as well. And you can pretty much control the whole system just through the app. But remember, you do need to have a module and some level of monitoring with a company. If you guys want to find out more about our plans, you can always email us at support@alarmgear.com. And if you found this video helpful, make sure that you hit like underneath, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and enable notifications. That way whenever we upload new content, you guys do get notified. My name was George from Alarm Grid. I'll see you guys next time.